Marvel Studios has not yet revealed just who the Kang variant in the 616 universe is. But what if I told you it's the High Evolutionary? Okay, so just for clarity's sake, this is not my theory. I actually saw this pop up, and a lot of people did send us messages to talk about this, so here we go. So as the theory goes, we've seen Kang variants, but we have not seen every Kang variant, as obviously they are infinite, and as we've seen in the MCU so far, variants can either be played by the same actor and or vastly different actors, sometimes even different ethnicities, and more. Obviously, they're variants and they're infinite. So the theory goes that the reason we haven't seen the main 616 Marvel Studios, the MCU version of Kang, is because it's going to be revealed to be the High Evolutionary. Now, while I don't really like this, and I think it's absolutely not the right way to go, I do see what people are saying, because for one, the High Evolutionary's body at the end is not necessarily shown us to be completely destroyed and or gone. So how exactly he could come back as Kang is still up in the air. You can obviously come up with any theory, but what if, and I'm just going to spitball here for a second, what if the scene where the Council of Kang is getting together at the end of Quantumania comes sometime right around the events of Guardians of the Galaxy 3, and while they're convening, they realize, hey, that Kang variant is about to die. They could literally, right upon everything exploding in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 and them leaving the High Evolutionary there for death, the Kang Council intervenes and they literally pull him out. Everybody else thinks he went down with the ship, technically, if you will. No, he was just saved and he's gonna come back and strike against them. This would, in turn, then explain a simple recast. They could further play around with the ideas of Kang literally changing faces if he needs to, and disguising himself as others, and also incorporate Jonathan Majors' whole scenario depending on whatever the outcome is and whatever else might happen. Honestly, I could see why people would want the High Evolutionary to be Kang. It's just a more brutal, more despicable, absolutely hated villain, and I think there would be something to that. But in my opinion, that seems like a backwards way to do it. And then you run into a bigger problem. The High Evolutionary is not a villain that was all about take over the entire universe, destroy everything. He just wanted to perfect what he thought was a perfect species. So I think there's still a lot of hurdles they would have to overcome to get to that point, but I can see why people would be interested in it. It's a good theory nonetheless. I could go with it if it's the last resort, but I'm not sure that it's the way they need to go.